Sweden is a creepy place. I do not like Sweden. I seriously, I mean this sincerely. You guys may be tracking this story about A$AP Rocky, Kanye West, Donald Trump, and the weird, one of my favorite tweets of all time. I mean, I don't know who originated it because it's being like picked up by everybody, but they said, imagine like a few years ago, telling your past self that in 2019, Kanye West would call Donald Trump to devise a plan to get A$AP Rocky out of a Swedish prison, and you'd be like, this, you can't even make that's too insane. That's too insane to even be a movie. And here we are. A$AP Rocky's been held, my understanding is in solitary confinement for a couple of weeks now for getting into a fight. And it looks, when you look at A$AP's Instagram, these dudes were harassing him. They were like stalking and following him, and they wouldn't back off. And it really does look like these guys started the fight. But here's the big update. Sweden drops investigation into alleged victim in A$AP Rocky brawl. It now seems like Rocky's on the hook for this. He's refusing to plead guilty. And the dude who actually appears to have started the fight isn't going to get in trouble. So let me point something out. It's going around, I guess, that Sweden doesn't have bail. When you get arrested, you get arrested. They hold, now Swedish prisons and Swedish jails are like resorts. They're really nice, but it is kind of screwed up, man. So I mostly want to talk about how I don't like Sweden and I will never go back there. Sweden, you are a terrifying place, and I'll explain why. Before we get started, head over to timcast.com/donate if you want to support my work. You know the routine. There's multiple ways you can give. I rely on your support to primarily share this video because YouTube is doing its best to hurt independent creators and commentary. So if you like it, please do share it. Let's read a little bit about the story to see what's going on with A$AP. And then I want to talk about the creepiness that is Sweden. CNN reports, an investigation into the Swedish man allegedly involved in a brawl with U.S. rapper A$AP Rocky has been dropped, the man's lawyer Magnus Stromberg told CNN on Monday. Stromberg said he had received written confirmation of this from the prosecutor. And while his client is relieved, this was not unexpected. He has been the subject of an assault, but he has not committed a crime, Stromberg added. Slobodan Jovovic, A$AP Rocky's lawyer, talked to media on July 19th following a Stockholm court's decision to extend the rap artist's detention. The Swedish prosecution service also confirmed to CNN that the investigation into the man has been discontinued and he is no longer suspected of any crime. A$AP Rocky was detained on July 3rd and is preparing to start his third week behind bars accused of assault after his alleged involvement in the incident in Stockholm on June 30th. The rapper's lawyer, Slobodan Jovovic, says he was defending himself after being assaulted and that his client is innocent. So let me do this real quick. I'm not going to play the videos, but we've got these two posts from A$AP, okay, with millions of views each. And what do you see in both of these videos? This dude right here, this guy in white, won't back off. He's stalking them, getting in their space, and no matter how many times they tell him to back off, he won't. And in this video, A$AP says, hey man, we don't want any beef with this guy. We don't want to fight with this guy. I'm not about to go to jail over this. And what happens? You see a fight break out between this guy and what looks like A$AP's bodyguard. A video surfaced later, I believe, I don't know where it came from, but it's on TMZ. And you can see A$AP and crew are attacking this guy. But it really does seem to me, based on the videos in the front, like the first videos and what happened, this guy started it with them. They were defending themselves. Now, some people have said A$AP deserves to be locked up because he took it too far. I disagree. When it comes down to a fight, you can't take things too far. But it's hard to judge what is too far from a small snippet of a video. If this guy attacked him several times and they resisted and then finally fought back and tried to put him down, not like to hurt, but to stop, to immobilize, that is defensible. Sweden, however, is a creepy, nightmarish place that I recommend no one goes to. I just think Sweden is awful. So let's talk about, it's not just Sweden, but you know what? I went to Sweden and I really want to rehash some stuff that's come up. Here's the thing. Let me read this quote. The Swedish judicial system is completely independent and does not take into consideration outside pressure from politicians or others, a spokesman for the Swedish Prosecution Authority told on CNN Sunday. When I was in Sweden, I had to essentially bug out of my hotel because there was a guy lurking in the lobby who kept giving us the stink eye, probably because he knew who we were. It was me and Emily who was producing, doing camera work and stuff. Now, we don't know who this guy is or what his intent was, but we noticed him lurking around and kind of, watching us in a creepy way. As soon as we went to leave, we noticed he immediately runs full speed up the stairs. And I'm like, no, that's too creepy. I'm not saying this guy had anything to do with anything. I don't know what his issue was, but he was creepy. So we were like, nah, screw that. We're getting out of this hotel. If they can't, if like this guy was just sitting in the lobby doing weird things. Now here's the thing. That alone, to me, I don't really care. Creepy people, creepy places. Here's the thing about Sweden. It's particularly creepy. The way they deal with the crime, the way, like, you would have the police come out. Let me tell you this. I had a journalist for a major publication, a major broadcast network, say to me, if you go to Rinkeby with equipment to like do a report, yeah, it's dangerous. I was attacked there. He said one guy threatened to jam a gun up his rear end. There was recently a photographer who got attacked. I go there. They lie about what we were doing. The media lies, and they start sharing my phone number with each other. My phone's ringing off the hook. I get a call from someone asking me, like, essentially if I'm like lying about what happened. And I'm like, what are you people talking about? Your own press warned me this stuff would happen, and now you're acting like I'm making it up? It's nuts. It is a weird, cultish, you know what I was told? I was told by I can't remember who told me this. I said it was like North Korea of the North. Not that it's actually as anywhere near as oppressive, but man, the groupthink in that country is creepy. Creepy. And then we see similar creepy behavior following what happens with Sweden. So let me wrap up the ASAP Rocky stuff. I think I got to the point, right? ASAP's locked up. He's refusing to plead guilty. Bieber's tweeting about it. You get the point. I just want to rant about Sweden because I want to make some things clear. I keep seeing fake news. The left loves propagating the lies about my reporting, claiming that no-go zones don't exist in Sweden. Full stop. No-go zone is a colloquial term used by people in Sweden. I don't know how else to frame them. The police call these areas problem areas. It's really weird. The left takes the phrase literally to mean the police can't go there, whereas the right just refers to a high crime location. So what I did was I said in quotes, and I made it clear basically every step of the way that it's a colloquial term and the police call them problem areas. What do we see now? The left pushing lies that I claimed they existed, when in fact I did the opposite. The first thing I did was went to one of these so-called areas and walked around without problems. Slate.com, Huffington Post report this, and Mashable. Tim Pool finds little crime in the so-called no-go zones. The media had no problem. As soon as the bad press happened, they try to smear me, claiming I lied. And now it's, I tell you, when you're directly involved in these situations, there is nothing creepier and scarier than having a massive media apparatus overtly lie about what really happened. And that's why I think Sweden is a creepy place. And man, if ASAP came to me before he left, I'd say, dude, do not go to Sweden, man. I'm telling you. Because this is what happens. He's in video saying, we don't want no beef. We don't want to go to jail over this. Like, come on, man. Now where is he? Locked up in solitary. Here's the thing. They lie about what we did in Rinkeby. I'll tell you exactly what happened. It's on video. You can watch it. We went to Rinkeby. We did have a camera. It's the one I'm using right now. It's actually, the one I was using was a little bit smaller than the one I'm using now. It's the XF105. It's not a big camera. We had the camera down at our side, and we're not holding it up and filming random people. We did point the camera towards the studios with us and ask them some questions. People started masking up and yelling at us. Police advised us it was a bad idea. We stopped filming. They then said, you probably should leave because, we can't arrest anybody. If they do something, they'll start throwing stones. And I said, would you follow us out? They said that would probably be a good idea, and then did. I called it an escort. Okay? I'm not trying to act like I had cops at my side marching me out, but you can clearly see the police behind me following us to the parking lot where our car is. They then come out and say that it was a coincidence and I followed the police. They lied. They lied about what happened. Okay? And here's what's crazy. There's a video where the police are behind me following me. So how could the police put out that lie? Then what happens? The left tries to defend the nightmarishly fake narrative. And I'll tell you, man, there's nothing scarier than being in Sweden, knowing something is true, publishing video showing it's true, and then having the media and the police come out and say you're a liar, and then having a bunch of left-wing activists just parroting the lie, even though there's video evidence. And this is why I think Sweden is a creepy place, and you shouldn't go there. It wasn't just that. It was when we were leaving, it's like in private, the Swedish people will have no problem telling you we have serious problems with Moroccan youth in Uppsala assaulting women. Former police officers saying, yep, these kids are doing these things, these assault at these pools. And I'm like, wow, they tell me this. These are people telling me this. And I'll publish it, and then the media goes, he's lying. It was your journalist who told me that Rinkeby is dangerous. Now when I come out, you've got these same organizations that previously had their own journalist attack saying I'm lying about it. Don't go to Sweden. I'll leave it there. Stick around. One more segment coming up in just a couple of minutes, and I will see you shortly.